Right, welcome to another exciting edition of our Uncovering Our Leadership and Our Take Control team. We are on episode 12, so October 12th, 2017. I am so privileged tonight. I'm going to leave it just on this screen just for a sec so we can all see each other, and then I will let you guys have your own screen when you're answering your questions. But meet Gedeon and Rachel Lizee. And they are amazing leaders in our company. And I have the privilege of knowing you guys. And Gideon and I were just talking before we started how, like, when you guys came to Alberta, you knew nobody. So now you know a whole bunch of people. But I'm not going to steal your show. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you guys can tell. Actually, we're going to leave it here just for a second with the first question, just so that they can see both you guys and you can answer together. But my first question is, and for the world to know, in our Valentus Take Control team, who are Gedeon and Rachel? Can you guys just give us a quick, who are you?
You go first, Rachel.
Well, people who know us, I think, know us as a family team. We have a blended family of 5 kids, and now we have 7 grandchildren, and one more on the way. Yeah, one in the cooker, and they're our why. They're the reason that we're doing what we're doing and that we're pushing and learning all the new things that we're doing, because we want to spend more time with them. We want to be able to have some really good quality time. So that's what I think. I always brag about the kids, and I have the kids on all my computers and stuff, and they're really important to us. They're our why.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
And it was like, we are business partners, best friends. We love to hang out. I work away from home. We talk every night, every morning, and weekends we spend together. So it's we love doing our planting together. We love doing trade shows. We spend all day together, and we get to hang out and meet people. We get along really well.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
So this is one thing I wanted to bring to attention with you guys is that whole couple thing. That I know for Doug and I, when we were in our traditional jobs, we're both going in the morning to our jobs, which you guys are still doing, but you do have your plan B in place. But we did that, and so living a life of stress, usually, as Gideon was just saying, that this is just a bigger why, right? But by the end of the day, you're so tired that you don't want to share the stress, and so you don't really get to know each other as a couple. You kind of grow apart from that. So Valentus, I know that's part of a couple thing. So I'm just going to put us on speaker, and I'm going to ask, actually, you know what? I think we're going to stay like this, because usually we interviewing one, but this is about all of us here. This is about both guys. So I think I'm just going to leave you together. So my next question is, of all the things to look after time freedom and to look after your grandchildren and know that you're going to stay healthy and everything, why did you pick Valentus? Why was this your choice?
Well, it's funny. There's a little story there. But a lot of you know that me and Neil worked together. I remember Neil coming we're sitting in the lunchroom, it's just me and him. He says, "Yeah, my brother Mike, I didn't know Mike at the time." He says, he's getting into this coffee thing. He's talking to me, I'm just not interested. I'm thinking, no, I'm not into it either. Just, don't go there. It's like a, pyramid thing. No. And within a couple months, while he's doing it now, and he keeps talking to me about it, I feel great. I'm losing weight. And I figured, well, you know what? If I join, he'll shut up. No, he got, so he got worse. So which was a good thing. It's not a bad thing, because if he didn't keep pushing on me, I might have dropped off too, right? So I got into it, and I thought, well, I brought to Rachel when Rachel's flags went up, and she's skeptic too. And here's a brochure of the products, and she looked at every product, every piece, or every ingredient herself, and that's her story, I guess. So and made her believe. We joined, and then it's been me and Neil Valentus every day. And me and Rachel Valentus every day. and all weekend long we get Valentus spraying all the time, right? So
Right.
it's yeah.
But we didn't really know we were going to be getting into the business side of this at the beginning. It was just Gideon thought, we could both use to lose a couple of pounds. So sure, why not? And we do most things together. So if Gideon's going to do a program or a diet or a regime of some sort, I do it as well, because we can support each other that way. So we both got onto the program, but the the business side of it, I think, came about 4 months later, when Gideon was having amazing results and I was having results. We were both very different results. He was losing weight and I was feeling better. A lot of my health issues were being addressed, or surprisingly enough, I'd go, hey, I haven't complained about this for a long time, and I haven't complained about this for a long time. And then the weight started coming off and my clothes started to fit differently. And then as the natural progression, people started going, what are you doing? Like, why are you so happy? And why do you have so much energy? And, those pants are really too big for you. You got to get rid of those. And our family started seeing the changes. And one thing led to another. We just thought, you know what? The opportunity here is so easy, that we had nothing to lose but to start learning how to share. We had nothing to lose, and it just all dominoed from there. It just kept rolling and rolling, getting bigger and bigger. And we found passion in the sharing at trade shows. We just love it. We could be on our feet for the entire, from 11 to 4 all day and be completely exhausted when we get home, but we're on such a high because of the people that we spoke to and the people that we met and the stories that we heard, and the potential to help those people. Like, we just want, okay, we could do this with them and we could do this with them. And and building the relationships too. There's a lot of customers who we have built some really close relationships with, and we even meet them for coffee and or for dinner every once in a while. It's a family. You build circles and
Good friends.
yeah.
So
Good
it's
friends, yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said before, we didn't know anybody, but now we've got a nice circle of friends, and good friends, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think that anybody that I've interviewed has said exactly what you guys say, is you start the journey for yourself, and
Mhm.
then it very quickly turns to be, yes, we are being helped, and yes, thank goodness for Valentus for our own wellness. But it becomes when other people start noticing, and we have figured that out, that we can help other people. And in this world, that's what you want to do, is you want to give to the world, right? And it feels pretty darn good. And I know you guys have the same experience as we all have, where when people come back and thank you, it's so heartfelt.
Mhm.
And we have people coming back all the time, and we all do, having like customers coming back and going, thank you for showing me these products. So I think that one thing we want to get through with our interviews is we're all approachable, and we are, the industry of network marketing is what we are, and we are just another form of distribution. But I tell people, like, we are products of the product.
Absolutely.
And so you can trust us. When we talk, you don't have to pick up like an ingredient list and wonder if this product is going to work for you off the shelf. You have us, and we have you guys. And so that is really huge. And I'm so glad that you guys said yes to Valentus and are helping yourself and so many people. And I know you guys are passionate. These two people are busy people during the week, and they are busy people during the weekend. And I'm sure, it's mentally exhausting sometimes, but we're so passionate that it doesn't matter if we're mentally exhausted. We have our products, we just pull our energy out and away we go, right? And we just keep helping people. So my next question, go ahead, Gideon. No, go ahead.
Like, who are becoming in the process? Like, when I first joined up, I thought, well, I want to do it for the business. That was my first thing. Now that's obviously changed, but because remember when I first, early on knowing you, I was told I'm reading this book, and you told me, you keep reading, you become a leader.
Mhm.
And that stuck with me. I started read all the time, Rochelle.
Yeah,
Like we
all
are,
the
always
time.
reading one book after another. I got books I'm stacking up because I keep buying them. I haven't
know.
had to read them yet.
Yeah.
But the people we're becoming in the process, right?
Yes.
Want to help people and help ourselves, because there's things that we can become better people.
Yes, that's
and,
right.
and that's definitely, there's areas we all need to work on, and I'm definitely doing that. So
that's a great point, and I know you brought that up on our national call last week too, Gedeon, and John Ramsman was like, thank you for bringing that to attention, because we're all like, we pick up books that we know are going to help other people. That's what I think our personal growth is we kind of get it. We're getting what we need to do, but we want to read these books so that we can pull stuff out and help other people get it too.
Yeah.
So
Some people don't like to read, right? So, but
No.
if you can start 5 pages a day, just 5 pages, before you know it, well, it's going to finish this chapter.
Yeah.
And because I know if you don't read a lot, it's hard to retain it.
Yeah.
But the more you read, the better it gets to retain. So it's like you got to read to get better at reading, basically, right? And to absorb what you read, right? So
I'm going to try
to.
This next question is kind of pulling into that one.
Okay.
All these books you guys are reading now. What are you obsessed with? Like what books? What are you reading about? And what is your obsession here with Valentus?
A lot of it's personal growth.
Yeah, personal growth. We both have different, even though we're working towards the same goal, we have different interests. Mine are very much related to health and wellness directly. Gideon's mom has dementia, and I've taken a really serious interest in that, and how health and wellness can actually benefit those that are suffering with dementia, and Gideon likes the business aspects of it. He loves the technical, or I guess he's always got these little quotes he's writing down, like I think the first one I heard him repeat over and over was "readers are leaders," and we go about it differently, but we always come back together for the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the book for the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. What was some of the other ones we just ordered, Gideon?
Who Ate My Cheese? Is that one? The Compound Effect was a great one.
The one about the frog?
Yeah.
That frog.
Yeah, we haven't read that one, but we did buy it.
I
got lots of books I haven't read. For the book that got me going, my son gave it to me. He said, "Dad, read this. I'll pay you $50 to read this book."
Oh, cool.
It's Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yes.
I'll pay $50, outline it, and give it back to me. But he knew I wouldn't give it back to me. That actually got my brain working, and that's one of the reasons we ended up in Alberta, because I had to get out of my comfort zone, and that was a seed that was planted, right? And from there it just grew. So it's yeah.
So I think this interview with you guys, I think that's the big thing that we're getting across here. Get out of your comfort zone.
Moving out here is the scariest thing I ever did.
Yeah. And people get in that track, right? They get in that same.
You get comfortable.
They get comfortable. Yeah. And actually,
I
I just have to pull this book, because this is one you should read too. Just a second here. Where is it? Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Uncomfortable.
I put my glasses on now.
Yeah.
Get comfortable?
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
And this guy is just a little tiny book, but that's exactly what it is that we're training on, really, is we are all not real comfortable getting out of our comfortable zone. And so you will improve your performance in all areas of your life if you can do this, if you can push yourself out of the comfort zone.
So land up on our shelf, guaranteed.
We recently pushed ourselves out, not just from a business perspective, but while we were with the last trip to Florida, or to the convention, we took some time off before the convention and went to Epcot Center and a bunch of places in Orlando. And basically, Jenny and I pushed ourselves to get out of our comfort zone and get onto some of those rides. And it was interesting because he's not a rider.
No.
He does not like those kind of things. So we started little, and we started, little bit, and then we were leaving. Where were we leaving? Epcot or Universal Studios, and there's this one big Universal, and there's a roller coaster there, and Gideon goes, "Do you want to do it? I can see you're looking at it," and I'm going, "No." We had pushed ourselves. We were almost talking ourselves into doing this big roller coaster, but we had so much fun pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves to do something different. At the same time, we were, noticing around us as we were in these nice, big, crowded places that the world needs Valentus. It needs Valentus so bad. There was so many unhealthy people all around us, and yeah, it was sad. It was actually really sad revelation, like kind of as we're standing there enjoying ourselves on vacation that Valentus paid for, but the world needs Valentus.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
I know we were talking in our leadership group the other night with one of our leaders up in North Carolee, and she had a big journey with her weight loss, and she's doing so awesome. And she told us all last night, please don't be afraid to, there's a lot of people that you guys saw that don't want to have eye contact with us. They're afraid that they're going to fail again. They don't think there's any more solutions out there. And we want people to see this video and see these interviews and know that there's a whole bunch of people out here in our Valentus world who really, really have solutions and want to help you. So, that's huge. And I want to, again, just these two individuals here have a huge, big heart, like they're big hearts, and they really care and they really want to help you. And that's why they're going to all these trade shows, because they're out there trying to attract people that need help. So I am so proud to have you guys on our team, and I want you guys to tell us, you've planted your flag here. Dave Jordan, when we were down in Florida, he got us to look him in the eye, and I don't have my pin handy with me, but it says, "I'm all in." And he gave us that pin when we looked at him in the eye, and we are not going to skip around and go to a whole bunch of different companies and quit. We're not doing that like some people do with other companies. We've planted our flag, and I know you guys have as well. So you've told us why Valentus, and why did you plant your flag? And what's your future look like with Valentus and the Take Control team?
Well, the planting the flag thing comes back to Neil and his conversation in the lunchroom. But neither of us are network marketers. I did do the Amway when I was 18, and somebody said no once, and that was good enough for me, right?
Yeah.
But now we thought, well, if we're going to do this, we're adults now. We're going to take this serious, and it is a business, and it's not easy. It's fun, but it's not easy. It's a lot of work, and so you got to look at it as a job and take it. If you're going to think you're going to get rich quick, not going to happen that way. So we are building our foundation. We're it's a job. I'm enjoying it. Mm-hmm. I sort of went off the track. Now I don't know where I'm going with this, but go ahead, Rochelle.
I think we know we've planted our flag because we love to see the results that we're seeing with the customers that we have shared with and that are on the program. We love seeing friends come back to us after, it's going to be almost 2 years for us, and they're like, we've been watching you, and I could use to lose a little bit of weight, could you help me? And we're just waiting for them to say what they need to say. And I think that's the part about the flag. It's not so much for me the business, it's the joy of helping people and seeing the results and seeing the true gratitude when you've actually helped them push past the uncomfortable and learn to do something different. we're procrastinators too. We're honestly, we're all human, but and I need like somebody to keep me in check as much as we can keep people in check. So it goes around. It's looking after people and people looking after us, and doing what we need to do. But it's love. It's a love of doing what we love to do, right? If I feel that somebody's gaining from it, whatever way, whether it's mentally, physically, then it's working. Whatever I'm doing is working. So love what you do, and you never work another day in your life, right?
Yeah. And I was just, to end this interview, I just thought of, something that I feel is in my heart is that so many people leave this earth with their music still inside them. Mm-hmm. And that they figure out what their gifts are maybe in their 20s after they've graduated from university, and they're like, in the yearbook when you're like, I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to be and they have these dreams, and then they get into this rat race and they get squashed. Mm-hmm. And they kind of get in a box, and it's kind of hidden and dusted in the back. And I feel that this opportunity with Valentus, you guys both have different goals and different skills, but I feel for me that the lid's been lifted off. Mm-hmm. And there's no limit to what we can do with our gifts here. So that's kind of my final comment. But how do you feel about that? Are you feeling like that you found some gifts that were kind of dusty?
It's empowerment. Yeah, it's empowering. It's learning that, we're not too old to learn to do new things. We're not too old to help people. Just empowering, and empowering other people as well.
Yeah. And facing your fears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've seen these two individuals, and I'm gonna pick on Gedeon here because I've seen you grow so much. When did you guys join? June?
2 years, October.
Yeah. And we have, we believe in our team that we want to build layers of leaders. Obviously, you're seeing through these interviews, you're meeting some of our leaders here. And so in doing that, we've pushed people, including ourselves, out of our comfort zone, like push you out of the seat and make you do hard things. And Gedeon is doing hard things. And it's so rewarding to watch the growth and the leadership skills that you're learning. And so look to these two for leadership. If you're watching this video with us, reach out if anything that we said resonated and you would like to know more about what we do. We're 100% here for you. So I'm going to leave you guys with the last words before we end our interview. Whatever it is you want to say.
I'd like to thank Dave and Joyce Jordan for the opportunity and for helping us with the dream. He's believe in him. He's awesome. They're an awesome couple. Great people.
Yeah. And the fact that we do feel like we're a family. This is not at all a company where we feel like, don't go talk to them, they're on the other team, that you can't talk to them. We are constantly doing events and activities with people from all, whatever team happens to be. That doesn't exist here, and we try to encourage each other to be better. And I think that's really cool. Like, we've got an event coming up in a couple of weeks there that Kathy, you helped facilitate. And I'm not working with anybody from my direct team. I'm working with others, and it's not competitive. It's very encouraging. It's very very fulfilling as far as needs that you like to do. So
yeah, we've got a big family. Valentus is like another family altogether, right, guys?
Yeah,
it is.
We've got another family that we got to be a part of. So
we got to travel all around the world with our family.
I know, gonna dip our toes in all the oceans of the world together.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you guys so much for your time tonight, and I'm so glad that we got to spend some time tonight. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
Thanks, Kat.